Coach Bill Walsh of the 49ers and his quarterback Steve DeBerg. Coach Walt Michaels of the New York Jets and his quarterback Richard Todd. The 49ers 2-0, the Jets 0-2 at Shea Stadium in New York. Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen here, and Sonny, the 49ers 2-0 have been a surprise.
They really have. Offensively, an exciting team. They still have to learn how to stop someone.
Jets, of course, have big threats. They're still hoping to get underway.
With Wesley Walker healthy, they should get untracked offensively. They, too, have a problem defensively, though.
It's a warm day here. The temperature right now is 78 degrees, and it's humid.
It is. No wind factor as of yet, though, but it changes here quickly, as you well know.
And speaking of wind factors, we mentioned before, we'll mention again, that Steve DeBerg has a problem in that he can't be heard calling signals because of an injury to his larynx, and so he's been equipped with a backpack and a microphone. He used it last week all right in San Francisco. If it could get noisy here, something else might happen.
If it does happen, if the wind changes anything, I think they will go to Montana. They indicated that yesterday, that they like him. They're not scared to go to him in any situation. I'm sure we might see him if it changes.
Now, the Jets have had a couple of defensive scratches, people that are not going to see action.
Well, they have. Tom Henderson, of course, this past week. And from my information from talking with people on the team, coaches and players, they feel they're better off without Tom Henderson as part of their football team. And I hope that Tom can find somebody else to play with. It looks like he's going to have to now.
Klecko and Buttle are out of the ballgame.
That's right. Joe Klecko, the best rusher for the Jets, is out. The type of injury, they'd like to get him a little bit healthy for next week. Also, Greg Buttle, the leader of that defensive team, is also going to be out. Mike McKibben is going to come in and play for him today, and they're high on that young man. So we have some changes. They're going to miss Klecko, I think, more than Buttle right now.
Okay, Cal Lepore and his crew are working the ball game here today. It's going to be the 49ers receiving, and the Jets will be kicking off. So Pat Leahy tees it up and dropping back deep to receive it. For the 49ers, it's Terry Anderson, number 20. And we're waiting for Cal Lepore Fussell to get the ball game underway on a warm afternoon at Shea Stadium in New York. It's in the air. Fielded at the goal line. Return to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And across the 25-yard line. But now it is picked up again and advanced. Dan Bundt kept advancing the football as it was loose, and he got it up there.
Boy, he's down also. Take a look at this. Let's see what happens and how he loses the football. Terry Anderson coming back, finds a little gap to run in, loses the ball when he gets hit right there. The ball is out. Bundt picks it up. Watch the hit that's made on him because he goes down. He's still down on the field. Oh, Jerry Holmes made the hit.
And now, it is first and 10 at the 42-yard line as you look at the offensive line of the 49ers. DeBerg brings it out to Hofer. And Hofer is pulled down for a loss, but there's a penalty marker. Might have been a face mask. Penalty marker on the play.
Take a look at the rush of this defense. Front four really getting off the ball. They realize they have to get some pressure on Steve DeBerg. Marty Lyons plays the screen well, comes out, picks up Hofer very quickly, and he's going to get called for face mask right there.
So the penalty is marked off, putting the ball down in Jet territory where it'll be first down and 10 yards to go. Let's hear Cal Lepore.
Personal foul, face mask, 93. Defense, first down.
They're working on Bunds along the sidelines. First down and 10 yards to go. DeBerg out into the flat, and it's complete to Hofer, and he goes out of bounds as he approached the 35-yard line. Now the offensive line for the 49ers there. And the tight end, Charlie Young, back in action this year. Well, they're spotted just short of the 40-yard line.
Oh, Hofer and Cooper. What a pair they have back there behind that quarterback.
Second down and about 3 yards to go. Give it to big Earl Cooper. Earl Cooper from Rice University. Just short, I think, of the first down stick. There's the front four for the New York Jets. Change is being made there, as you see. Pillar starting at right end. There are the linebackers. McKibben starting at left outside. And there are the deep backs for the New York Jets. Third down, less than a yard to go.
At 28's an exciting player, Darrell Ray from Oklahoma.
Double tight on alignment now. Third and short. Cooper, he got the first down. It is 1st and 10 now for the 49ers. Have the ball at the 35-yard line. Cooper came in having averaged 3.6 yards per carry and having had 20 receptions in 2 games, 10 in each. Number 49.
Both of these offenses, Lindsey, fun to watch because they put the ball up. They have good outside speed. They do a lot with the football. I enjoy this type of football.
Steve DeBerg came in having completed 64.8% of his passes. On a slot right. DeBerg. And it is complete. All the way down to the 15-yard line to Charlie Young, the tight end. Beg your pardon, it's Hofer, number 36. Paul Hofer, 36 instead of 86.
What they do, they get a man in motion here. That allows that halfback to find a seam down there. DeBerg rolls out, gets a little pressure, and you see Hofer, good pass receiver, got more yards than anybody on reception so far this year. 20-yard pass play there.
That makes it 1st and 10, and the ball's at the 16-yard line. Word is that Buns was shaken up and that he will be back for the 49ers. DeBerg going to the corner, and it's in there for a touchdown to Charlie Young. Charlie Young this time in the end zone. So the 49ers have taken the ball on the opening kickoff and driven it downfield for a TD.
Charlie Young getting his first touchdown as a San Francisco 49er. Going back around a corner pattern, DeBerg had good time to throw the ball. You see he's wide open. Made a good catch. Beat Schaefer Suggs for the touchdown.
Conversion attempt coming now. It'll be Ray Wersching. He is 5 of 6 points after. Joe Montana holding for him. Wersching's boot is up, and it's good. And so with 12 minutes, 23 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter at Shea Stadium in New York, it's the 49ers 7 and the Jets nothing.
Got a long day's work behind me.
That's it. Let's take them home.
Good times on my mind. And a setting sun to remind me I'm going back to a place called Millertime. If you've got the time.
Time for the best tasting beer you can find.
We've got the beer.
America's quality beer since 1855.
Miller tastes too good to hurry through.
Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one here stands clear. If you've got time, we've got the beer.
It took the 49ers only 2 minutes, 23 seconds. And 5 plays to move 58 yards and get on the scoreboard. The deep men are Bruce Harper and Paul Darby. Wersching is kicking off. It's Harper at the goal line. Harper at the 5, at the 10, at the 15. And Harper got across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. There is the offensive line. Tight end is Mickey Schuler for the New York Jets.
Boy, and that's a big offensive line. As you take a look at the backs, Todd Durkin, Gaines. Walker, the outside receiver, he says he's healthy today. It's about 85, 90%. And Johnny Lamb Jones.
Richard Todd brings him up. Leave it on the ground to Clark Gaines. Burst through and got up past the 30-yard line to the 32. Front four there for the 49ers.
Made some switches there, Lindsay. They've changed Reese and Webb around. They switched positions. Harper, Buns, and Bobby Leopold out of Notre Dame doing a good job for them. The deep backs, Morgan Johnson.
Second down and a yard to go. Give it again to Clark Gaines. He's got the first down and yards to spare. Moves it all the way to the 43-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10. Dan Buns in on the tackle.
Watch your offensive line block this play. Good play. He starts kind of a misdirection. He gets them going one way, and they cut back behind the grain. Bunce is getting blocked and trying to hold on. Good strong running that time. Clark Gaines picks up a first down.
Richard Todd, the quarterback, 1st and 10. Lamb Jones in a wide right. Todd's got the ball. Incomplete.
They had to have a mix-up in this play. Watch number 80, Lamb Jones. He's running a post pattern, but Jerome Barkham, the tight end, will be right in the... You see him right there, 2 receivers running together. Had to have a lack of communication or something on that particular pass.
And that will make it 2nd 10 at the 43-yard line. You look at the Jet sideline. Walt Michaels, the head coach of the New York Jets. They got Lamb Jones to the right side. They got Wesley Walker to the left side. Richard Todd, the quarterback, is a lone setback. Leave it on the ground to Clark Gaines. He's pulled out. Dwayne Board got there for the 49ers.
Boy, he makes watch Dwayne Board at the top of your screen. Number 76. He plays off his block. He actually comes through a block. Was blocking down on him and makes the play on Clark Gaines. Good heads-up play by Board.
3rd and a long 11 back there near the 41-yard line.
3rd and long passing yardage situation here.
Harper's come into the ball game for the Jets. Richard Todd. Down he goes. Near the 30-yard line. Ted Benson, Archie Reese got there.
This is a situation you try to avoid. You see them coming here. They know you're passing. Those defensive linemen can tee off. Webb and Reese coming in, making the initial contact, and then some help from Ted Benson, number 75.
An injury on the play.
I didn't pick up the number who it was, Lindsay, did you? Looks like Dwayne Board.
Dwayne Board, I think, yeah. So when play is resumed, it'll be punt formation, 4th down, 10 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter.
You're about to see Ford pickups make 6-cylinder EPA fuel economy history. For 1981, Ford breaks this mileage barrier with the best estimated MPG ever achieved by a 6-cylinder pickup. And here's another breakthrough, the first and only automatic overdrive option in any 8-cylinder truck. When your speed reaches about 40, it automatically shifts into overdrive and your engine runs slower. Only Ford has V8 automatic overdrive. For 1981, Ford pickups make one breakthrough after another. They're built Ford tough.
The Yankees won 22 World Series. No other teams come close. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. No other teams come close. American Airlines has been the #1 choice for domestic travel in 3 straight surveys of frequent flyers. No other airlines won even once. The main reason we won, service, and the American team that delivers it.
We're American Airlines, doing what we do best.
Next Saturday, go trackside to the World Team Speedway Championships and rinkside to the U.S. Roller Skating Championships. 4:30 Eastern next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Chuck Ramsey on fourth down back to do the punting now for the Jets. Dwight Hicks and Jimmy Robinson have dropped back to the 49ers. Yeah, Bingham makes the snap. Hicks retreats. He has it. Wershing will tee it up now at the 35-yard line. They are hosing down all players along the sideline because it's a hot and humid day.
Hose them down.
Harper and Darby have dropped back to receive the kickoff. Doc says 4:43 left in the half. That's Darby. Here comes Wershing. Harper picks it up at the 1. Harper's at the 5, at the 10, at the 15. Harper's at the 20, 25. There is where the Jets will start. 1st and 10 at the 25. There's the scoring drive. 8 plays, 59 yards. Time of possession, 3:32.
Scored every time they've had it. See if the Jets can get them started here. Walt Michaels is pacing the sideline. Got to be very disappointed with the performance. Talking with him yesterday, he really felt his club would play well today and bounce out of the slump they're having offensively and defensively.
You know, the 49ers have not punted the ball in this half. Richard Todd swings it out left flat. Gaines can't get it. Incomplete pass, forward pass behind the line. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So much frustration, tough situation for Richard Todd now, Lindsey, because they're doubling all that speed that he has outside, forcing him to dump the ball off to his backs. No other choice.
Stay with us at halftime. Scores, highlights. Jack Whitaker's legends of the game. Jerry Kramer. 2nd and 10. Richard Todd over the middle. Gaines. Hard Gaines popped the moment he got it. That was Ricky Churchman on the tackle, the rookie from Texas.
I think their whole secondary is playing someplace this year, aren't they? And last year's secondary.
3rd and 2 at the 33-yard line. Wesley Walker on a wide left. Short gain. He was looking for the 2 yards they needed for the 1st down. It's close. May have picked it up. They'll spot the ball.
I tell you, would expect that offensive line of the Jets to blow some people off the line here. They didn't. Rasmussen took an angle, tried to get an angle on Ted Vincent. Vincent jumped the block, and they're going to have to kick it away.
They are. Dwight Hicks and Jimmy Robinson have dropped back there. Chuck Ramsey's in to do the punting. We have word that DeBerg will not return to the game for the 49ers. Bingham makes the snap. Ramsey puts it up. Robinson back at the 11-yard line. Jimmy Robinson to the 20, across the 25, up near the 30-yard line. Todd along the sideline. So we have 2 minutes, 54 seconds left to play in the half, and 49ers are leading it 24-0.
The League of Women Voters invited President Carter to join the 1980 debates. He refused the invitation. Maybe it's because during his administration, inflation has gone as high as 18%. The number of Americans out of work has reached 8.5 million. Housing starts have hit a new low, while interest rates have hit a new high. Maybe he won't debate because he knows the real question is, can we afford 4 more years of this?
The time is now for Reagan. Reagan for president.
Introducing the Cougar XR7. It's available with more than 60 special features that let you create something special. The Cougar XR7 from Lincoln Mercury. It's not like everybody else's car.
Next Saturday, go trackside to the World Team Speedway Championships and rinkside to the U.S. Roller Skating Championships. 4:30 Eastern next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
That interception must have made Chair Bradshaw mad. He's come back and thrown another touchdown pass to Lynn Swan.
DeBerg is the quarterback. The statistical circuit sent up word he would not be back. The statistical circuit was wrong. He is back. That's DeBerg at quarterback. Swings it out into the flat. Taken out there by Francis. Bill Francis. At the 33-yard line. Picked up 2. It'll be second down and 8 at the 33.
Maybe they've learned how to work that switch correctly. They may have been having some problems with his microphone.
Jimmy Robinson's in a wide right. Well, DeBerg's got it. Penalty marker is thrown. He advanced it to the 38-yard line.
And that was a busted play.
Holding against the 49ers.
Yeah, to be a young football team, they haven't made many mistakes today.
Cal LaFour is marking it off. To the 23-yard line. Second down and 18 at the 23-yard line. We have word now that the San Francisco bench had reported that DeBerg would not play anymore. But they were wrong, too. Linville Elliott carrying. Cross to the 31-yard line. Jackson made the tackle.
Cleveland leading Kansas City 7-6. 1-yard run by Charlie White, USC.
Third down and 10 yards to go. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. The clock is wound down to 2:15 now. 49ers are leading here by a score of 24-0.
Minnesota leading Chicago 21-0.
And there is the 2-minute warning. With 2 minutes remaining to be played in the first half at Shea Stadium. San Francisco 24, New York nothing.
George worked overtime to finish this suit for my wedding. He needs the deodorant that works overtime.
Bob worked overtime learning how to skate. He needs the deodorant that works overtime.
Old Spice Stick deodorant works 24 hours. Only Old Spice Stick gives you both 24-hour protection from odor plus that famous Old Spice scent.
Bucky's been working overtime to get ready for the game.
Good thing my Old Spice Stick deodorant works overtime, too.
Old Spice Stick, the deodorant that works overtime.
Jean Marie McTeague, aged 6 hours. And along with Jean, you get weeks of sleepless nights, months of dirty diapers, and a lifetime of responsibilities. Nationwide can help you handle those responsibilities with life insurance for you and every member of your family, even the new ones. And knowing you're prepared for Jean is what our blanket protection is all about.
Nationwide is on your side.
The World Today. 60 Minutes covers it all. Be watching when the most popular program of last season begins a new season with 3 brand new stories. Sunday.
Stay with us at halftime now as we bring you up to date on scores and highlights. And Jack Whitaker's Legends of the Game today will feature Green Bay's legendary Jerry Kramer.
They had a lot of legends up there.
Didn't they, though? Ball is at the 31-yard line. It is third down and 10 yards to go. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Steve DeBerg, the quarterback. Robinson in motion across. Up the middle, incomplete. Trying to get it to Linville Elliott coming out of the backfield. So now the 49ers will have to punt for the first time in this ball game. That gets a little cheer, sarcastical cheer from the Jet fans.
They've had very little to cheer about except some of the San Francisco plays.
Jim Miller's back to do the punting. Bruce Harper's dropped back to receive it. No shoe, notice the bare foot. They're rushing 10. Harper. At the 15 to the 20. Never got to the 25. Penalty marker downfield.
You know, they could save money on shoes if they had Miller and Tony Franklin, couldn't they? They would only have to buy one pair.
That's true. Ineligible man downfield on the kick.
Unfortunately, they're both right-footed.
Cooper and Young getting a little breather now. Bring it back. Only the outside men can go before the ball is kicked. They had an ineligible man downfield, so Cal Lepore will step it off. It's actually a 54-yard kick, returned 9 yards, but to no avail. You heard that? There you see the bare foot. Gonna try it again. Harper's still deep.
They say he can really boom that football when he hits it.
High trajectory. Harper to 27, 30, 35. Near the 40-yard line. Tina Turner on the tackle. So now the Jets start.
Heard the loudspeaker, it sounded like he said Tina Turner. Tina Turner from Purdue.
They think a lot of him. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. 47-yard punt, return 13 yards. Richard Todd, the quarterback. Completes it to Clark Gaines. His halfback.
Going into the hurry-up offense now.
Picked up 5 at 2nd and 5. 1:13 on the clock remaining in the first half. Richard Todd. Gaines, 50, 45, 44-yard line. First and 10. Timeout charge to the Jets with 1:02 remaining in the half. $24-0. 49ers are leading in the ball game. McCulley talking to Todd.
Lindsay, with that reception, Clark Gaines became the all-time leading reception for a running back for the Jets. Leading receiver of all time for them. Boy, he's caught a lot of football. 12 last week.
Richard Todd back to the Jet huddle now. There's the timeouts remaining, 2 each. Gaines has had 8 receptions for 64 yards today. We saw a shot of Walt Michaels, the Jet head coach, along the sideline. He was a great NFL linebacker with the Browns during his playing days. In college, he played at W&L for coach named George Barkley. The two-way fullback. 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining to be played in the half. Richard Todd drops back. Threads the needle down to the 25-yard line, the 24-yard line. To Wesley Walker, his first catch of the day. First and 10 for the Jets.
They're going to use another timeout.
That is just what they're doing. 48 seconds left.
The first time they've gone downfield to the Two speedsters they have outside. This time to Wesley Walker. The big thing he needs to do is regain that confidence. Coming off of that neck injury. He found a little hole in the zone. Good throw by Todd. Boy, he's got to be happy to be able to get it downfield to them.
They're spotted on the 23-yard line. Todd is 11 for 14 in the air, 104 yards. Jets have one more timeout remaining in this half. 49ers are leading in the game by a score of 24-0. There's Walt Michaels right there. It's been a disappointing season for the Jets, of course, because they were picked in many quarters to be right up there on top. Keep in mind at halftime now, we'll bring you up to date on all sorts of football information.
Well, this could do a lot for the Jets to get a score here going in with less than a minute to play here.
Bill Walsh, for 10 years an assistant in the National Football League. He was head coach at Stanford. Eddie DeBartolo made him the head coach, and then shortly thereafter the general manager of the 49ers. Todd. Walker incomplete.
He had double coverage on Walker, but he tried to split it. Had to be very careful with the football that time.
Incompletion stops the clock with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Second down, 10 yards to go. Walker goes to a wide right. Lamb Jones comes to a wide left. Richard Todd. Walker incomplete. 3rd and 10. At the 23. 40 seconds remaining in the half.
He had it too high for him that time. He stepped back up. He got a little rush from the outside. Steps back up. Watch him when he goes back. He gets some pressure from the top of the screen. Gets back up inside. Has some time to deliver the ball, but you see how high it is. Dwight Hicks comes over and makes contact with Walker.
Scott Perry getting in there defensively now for the 49ers. 49ers called timeout. Little mix-up as they were trying to get their defensive coverage straightened out. So it's a 49ers timeout.
This is kind of a break for the Jets. Get them to stop the clock and go over and get your heads together and decide what you want to do here on 3rd and 10.
$40 seconds left to play in the half.
Jim Webb, we're a defensive tackle. It's moved outside and really done a job for him as a defensive end.
49ers knew they had to try to do a lot of work on their defense last year. They had an exciting, entertaining offense despite the fact that they were not winning football games. And so they knew they had to go to work and try to shore up the defense as best they could, and here they are coming into today's game 2-0 and leading in this one by a score of 24-0.
And also leading that Western Conference. You get a feeling for winning. Start out thinking we're going to try to win, do our best to win. You start winning and see how easy it is to win. It becomes infectious, and it can do a lot for the football team.
And it works the other way just as easily. You get to losing, and you get to thinking you're going to lose, and you lose.
I know what you're talking about.
3rd down and 10 yards to go. Richard Todd. That's all. Jimmy Webb.
We were talking about Jimmy Webb, number 74, coming in, making that play with an assist from Ted Vincent. Take a look at it. The defensive line, they know, those white shirts all know that he's going to be back in that pocket someplace. Puts a lot of pressure on the offensive lineman.
Timeout taken by the New York Jets. Their final timeout of the half. The clock shows 36 seconds remaining to be played in the half. Ball is spotted outside the 32-yard line, where it's going to be 4th down.
We might mention, Lindsay, that that San Francisco defensive line is a applying a lot of pressure against what a lot of people consider outstanding offensive line with two big tackles, Chris Ward, 270 pounds, and Marvin Powell, 268 pounds. So they're doing a job against some talented offensive linemen.
Well, they have brought Pat Ryan in to do the holding, and they have brought Pat Leahy in to do a field goal attempt here, and this will be a 49-yard attempt. 49-yard attempt for Leahy, who is 1 for 2 in the field goal department. Ryan puts it down, and it's good. The Jets are on the scoreboard with 31 seconds left in the half. As Pat Leahy booted the field goal to make it San Francisco 24 and the New York Jets 3.
Came back and got on the scoreboard. That's what they wanted to do in this last drive. Any type of points breaks the ice a little bit. A field goal does help.
At this point, the kind of half the Jets have had so far, anything would help. And they're glad to have something up there. Again, we remind you to stay with us at halftime. Jets will kick it off here.
We're just looking at the scores on that Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game. They fall behind. They play as they have to. They do what they have to win.
For Pat Leahy, that was his career longest field goal, the 49-yarder. Now, of course, he will kick it off for the Jets.
No telling what Bill Walsh is liable to do. He has one timeout left. Supporting what the run back looks like and how much time. But they can do a lot of things with the football.
He's teeing it up. Linville Elliott is dropped back there deep with White Hicks. They're standing along the 20-yard line in anticipation of a possible onside attempt here. It is fielded by Freddie Solomon, who took it over his shoulder and sort of hit the deck back there near the 31-yard line. So the 49ers get it 1st and 10. Brought to the inbounds mark and spotted at the 32-yard line. Jets have used all their times out. They cannot stop the clock. 49ers leading at 24-0. 24-3, I beg your pardon. Just got the 3. Let us not shortchange them.
See what they come out of their bag of tricks with.
DeBerg is still the quarterback. Well, DeBerg hits the deck.
Well, they're going to let it run out.
They're going to let it run. He hit the deck at the 30-yard line. And they do not have to put it in play again because the Jets can't stop it, and they will simply run it down. It is counted down now to 10 seconds. You see the time remaining in set. Bill Walsh and his team leaving the field. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is that. So the 49ers have dominated play, and at the end of the first half, it is the 49ers 24 and the Jets 3.
Mr. Coffee means you get the best that coffee can give. Mr. Coffee means coffee.
Day after day, pot after pot, cup after cup. The secret's not whose coffee you make, it's how you make the coffee.
You make a world-beating spirit lifting high up a cup of coffee every time.
You got it.
Mr. Coffee
means coffee.
Mr. Coffee means coffee.
Someday soon, who knows where, you will discover magic.
Magic. Sexy.
Capri Magic from Lincoln Mercury. A magic beyond your wildest imagination. Capri Magic. See one soon before they all disappear.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is
Hey, Phil, I thought you were taking us to dinner.
I am. Okay, where is it? You're standing on it. What?
Hey, a clam bake.
I suppose you got Lowenbrau, too.
Yep.
You want the taste of a truly great American beer. Tonight, let it be Lowenbrau.
Bill, that was fantastic.
Hey, I only take my friends to the best places.
Tuesday, a CBS special movie presentation. Papillon.
Welcome to the penal colony of French Guiana, whose prisoners you are, and from which there is no escape.
I want that name, and I want it now.
Papillon.
That man risked his life to save mine.
Starring Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman as prisoners facing insurmountable odds in their flight to freedom. Papillon, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Back live in New York, I'm Brent Musburger with Irv Cross. Not since the days when Dwight David Eisenhower was president have the San Francisco 49ers got off to such a start as this. They are routing the Jets of the highly touted AFC 24-3. Would you believe this one from Chicago? Minnesota snapping back from that debacle a week ago against Philadelphia, routing the Bears. St. Louis shutting down on Billy Sims. 10-7, though, the Lions are ahead. Yes, Murray's kicked another one, 25 yards, but he's missed 2 others. Atlanta beating another AFC power, 7-3 in the second. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati seesaw back and forth. And yes, Bradshaw has hit Jim Smith for 45 yards, Lynn Swan for 14. Those are the 2 Steelers scores in that game. Cleveland leading Kansas City 7-6, and Charlie White has dashed 2 yards for the score for the Browns in that game. Buffalo, though, is beating New Orleans of the NFC 7-0 as Joe Ferguson goes 12 yards to Frank Lewis. And Houston is ahead of Baltimore 7-0, and the Earl scored another one from a yard away. It was Earl Campbell. You know, this looks like a year when just about every team in the NFL figures it has a kick coming, because no fewer than 16 games were won or lost by the foot in the first 2 weeks of action. There was drama in overtime last week as San Francisco's Ray Wersching attempted a 33-yard field goal against St. Louis.
The snap, the kick, it's up, the kick is good. Sudden victory for the San Francisco 49ers.
And also Mark Mosley for Washington beat the Giants with a 45-yarder. Then out in Denver, free agent Freddie Steinfort booted a club record 55-yarder as Denver routed the Dallas Cowboys, and how they loved it at Mile High Stadium. As for Eddie Murray, 1 of 3 today, but in his first 2 games, he kicked 7 in a row, and he says practice is the reason for his long range so far.
With the Lions, that's what I worked on. I worked on between the 40 and 50-yard range. Try to work on some sort of consistency, getting my legs strengthened in that way. So I think now the kickers are picking it back up.
You can die by the kick, too. New Orleans' Russell Erxleben missed potential game winners 2 consecutive weeks. A $1 million draft choice only a year ago. Erxleben will now get all his kicks as a punter for New Orleans only, as they have picked up Benny Ricardo now to do all of their field goal kicks. Let me take you to Soldier Field in Chicago and show you how the Vikes have jumped all over the Chicago Bears. The Bears were favored by a touchdown. Walter Payton had been shut down, held to -4 yards in his first 5 carries. Tommy Kramer from the shotgun. The Bears secondary gambles. Ahmad Rashad takes it on the run. A 76-yard touchdown pass. Kramer to Rashad. Now watch what happens to Mike Phipps as he tries to rally the Bears. Terrible pass. Tom Hannon picks it off and runs it back, and after the extra point, it was 14-0 Minnesota, and they weren't finished. Ted Brown out of North Carolina State got daylight on the left side of the Viking line, spurted free, 55-yard touchdown run. It was 21-0, and oh, how Brown enjoyed every moment of that. But not Chicago fans, Irv. What do you got?
Well, Chicago fans will be interested in what's going on in Detroit right now. The Lions are ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 10 seconds with about 25 seconds to go left in the second quarter. Everybody thought, of course, that the great rookie Billy Sims would have a good day, but no, it was Gary Danielson going to his wide receiver, Freddie Scott, who makes a nice catch, setting up a scoring opportunity for his club. A few plays later, number 20, Billy Sims goes in for an apparent touchdown, but it wasn't to be. There's a penalty flag on the play. 12 carries so far for 31 yards for Billy Sims. Danielson goes back to the air once again, going to number 25, Horace King. 13-yard touchdown pass for the Lions to take an early lead. But, of course, the Cardinals are a battling ball club and come back from behind before. Jim Hart goes with great wide receiver Mel Gray. 63 yards later, the Cardinals are on the board, and right now it's Detroit 10, St. Louis 7 with about 10 seconds left to go in the half.
And, Irv, I'll tell you, what a job Bill Walsh has done with the Niners. Men open all over the field. Steve DeBerg to Charlie Young, formerly of the Rams, touchdown for San Francisco. And when the audio equipment suffered a malfunction, it was Joe Montana, bootleg to right, and the former Notre Damer had the Niners ahead over the Jets 14-0. Montana again, Dwight Clark, remember his name, 87. He's overlooked, as is Paul Hofer. He gets open, and what a pair of hands that young man has. And how about a little flea flicker? Let's get it back to DeBerg now. Go ahead, hit Freddie Solomon. No, finally get it to Hofer now, down the sidelines. And the Jets just didn't know what hit them. Walt Michaels said, where'd these receivers come from anyway? And there is Steve DeBerg on the sideline. You can see that audio pack out there. What a day for San Francisco. And now, of course, the NFL Today will continue on CBS after these messages from your local station.
He came to serve his country and went on trial for murder. Brad Davis and an all-star cast based on a true story, A Rumor of War, a special movie presentation Wednesday.
This is CBS.
It's good, and it's halftime here at the stadium.
This fall, take a few minutes between halves and build up your lawn with some Scott's Turf Builder. Right now is the best time of year to get a thicker bluegrass lawn by growing more grass plants. Turf Builder will make any active lawn greener now and green up faster next spring.
We're all set for the kickoff now.
Just a few minutes this weekend. You'll see the difference now and next spring, too.
This is low-sulfur oil, the kind Public Service Electric and Gas burns to meet New Jersey's clean air laws while generating electricity. PSE&G imports this oil because there's a scarcity in the United States.
So we're researching new sources of energy, like solar. Right now, we're using nuclear energy.
And this year, it will save 1 billion gallons of oil in New Jersey. At PSE&G, we're trying to cut our dependence on expensive foreign oil.
Honey, we're late.
But I'm not ready yet.
Finish in the car.
Renault Le Car gives you great performance without sacrificing comfort. Renault's front-wheel drive and Michelin radials give you great handling, and Renault's four-wheel independent suspension soaks up bumps without batting an eyelash. All with 30 estimated miles per gallon economy.
You look lovely.
Renault Le Car, more than just economy at American Motors.
The Warner Wolf Show, Tuesday, 7:30 on 2.
Back in the NFL, figures that it has a kick coming. No fewer than 16 memory. And today in Legends of the Game, Jack Whitaker takes you back to the NFL's equivalent of Camelot. A time so magic that the game's great occasion was not ignited by a spectacular run or a Hail Mary pass, but was touched off by a block for one brief shining moment.
One of the last vestiges of the glory days of the Green Bay Packers is the Titletown Motel. It evokes memories of the days when green and gold were the colors of the kings of professional football. The Packers. Memories of golden autumn afternoons. The Golden Boy running through the mud. Championships won in the fog and in the snow. And the legacy of Vince Lombardi. One player who spanned the seasons was guard Jerry Kramer, number 64. He helped form the nucleus of the famous Packer sweep, a play operated with a minimum of wasted energy and a maximum of effort. A play that helped propel the Packers to victory in Super Bowl I.
The first Super Bowl was, of course, the first confrontation between the AFL and the NFL, and there was a great deal of pressure on Coach Lombardi and by the other owners in the NFL to perform well and to not only beat Kansas City, but beat them badly. We just had to try to embarrass them. Winning the game wasn't enough. We had to win it by a big score.
Well, one of the most famous blocks in all of football history occurred right here against the Dallas Cowboys in 15-degree below weather.
Now, this is third down, 16 seconds to go, playoff and the whole thing, and normally everybody's got an idea. We want to run a dive, I want a trap, I want a slant, and a whole bunch of things. And this time, 10 guys checked their shoe shine. Wasn't a sound, wasn't a suggestion, wasn't anything. And Bart says, anybody, has anybody got anything? And again, 10 guys are checking their shoes, and there isn't a sound in the huddle. So Gail Gillingham, who was in the game for Fuzzy Thurston at the time, was Gail's first or second year. He said, run it over there between Greg and Kramer. They'll get it for us. Be all you can be. We were everything we could possibly be. We gave everything we had. We didn't save anything. There weren't any tomorrows for us. It was a great personal pride, a great emotional feeling. You never are sure, Jack, whether winning breeds that warmth or that warmth breeds winning. But you never have one without the other. You have to win to have that emotional warmth and that great feeling of togetherness and that feeling within the club. But we all had our individual pride and our individual goals. He gave us that intangible thing, the urge, the drive, the burn, the push, the hunger, the feeling. And I think we all became just a little bit more of a human being or bigger human being or developed something in us that's going to last us the rest of our life because of our association with Green Bay and with Coach Lombardi.
That's why Green Bay used to be Titletown, USA. That's why those Green Bay Packer teams will always be remembered.
The boys of Autumn indeed. Irv Krosh, you were out there in that secondary when 63 and 64 turned the corner. How was it?
You talk about remembering those guys. I'll never forget it. The Packers sweep was dynamite. Trying to stop it, believe me, oftentimes left me with a headache.
All right, now let's send you back to the stadium and the game you're watching.
How does a magazine like Pickup, Van, and Four-Wheel Drive test a truck like the Toyota SR5? As hard as they can, listen to the results.
This is how a small truck built by BMW would drive and feel if BMW built small trucks.
The Toyota SR5, the truck that feels like a sports car.
What a feeling to drive Toyota.
Babysitting means sitting. Oh, come on, Grandma.
Lillian Kimmel is pooped. She needs Coast deodorant soap, the eye opener. No other soap refreshes like Coast with its exhilarating scent. No soap has bubblier lather. Coast brings you back to life.
That's what we call cutting a rug.
Bring yourself back to life with Coast, the eye opener.
No reading, no writing, no arithmetic, no jobs. Isn't that the truth? Especially if you're black or Chicano. I'm Willie Harper of the San Francisco 49ers, and this is my wife, Roxanne.
Willie and I are both volunteers with the Urban League, and we work with young people. This is the Urban League Street Academy, an alternative high school for youngsters who have had a difficult time adjusting in the public school system.
These young people get solid help here. When I was growing up, I was in a program like this. Without it, I'd have never gone to college. You know, we have 3 children, and we want a good life for them. But we also want to do what we can do to help the young people in our community. That's why we're involved.
Thanks to this program, the United Way works here.
Thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way, right? Right!
The preceding message was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Mazda and Mazda Quality Products. Light beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. And by Xerox, we're big and small copiers.
Now it'll be Ray Wershing kicking off for the San Francisco 49ers. He's teed the ball up at the 35-yard line. Bruce Harper and Paul Darby have dropped back to receive it. Harper retreats. Deep in the end zone, will not run it out. Touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So as we start the second half here at Shea Stadium in New York, this is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen. Here's the way the first half went.
All right, look at them. San Francisco dominating everything. 257 yards total yards. An offense 11 out of 16 for Berg and Montana. You know, Todd didn't have a bad first half, but most of them were dump-offs to Gaines.
49ers leading 24-3. Todd, the quarterback for the New York Jets, stops back over the middle, and it's complete. Taken by Clark Gaines. And the halfback moves it upfield. 34-yard line, 1st and 10. And Buns and Morgan made the tackle.
He's going to get a steady diet of that same defense because they're going to give him that throw. They're going to double that outside speed. They don't want to get beat by the big play.
Spotted in advance of the 34. Lamb Jones wide to the left side. Richard Todd. Walker incomplete. Wesley Walker, the man for whom it was intended.
Had him open, just took his eyes off of it. He's still working on that confidence. Coming back. This is a pattern they completed right before halftime when he got the ball to Walker. This time he gets it downhill. He has it low this time, low enough to catch. There's lack of concentration on that little pellet.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball in advance to the 34-yard line for the New York Jets. Richard Todd dropping back. Over the middle, incomplete to Gaines again. Got it to the 48-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10. Right Hicks, Archie Reese on the tackle.
Again, the little dump. He checks like he's going to set up the block. The linebackers take a drop. He checks downfield, makes a good run with it. Boy, he made a miss right back there. And Archie Reese is back defending. Defensive tackle back on the pass.
Look at 1st and 10 at the 49. Todd angling and looking and stopping and throwing. And it is completed. Taken by Mickey Schuler, his tight end.
I like the way the Jets are coming out. They're coming out throwing the football, and that's the only way they're going to get back in this game. They need some quick scores. They are coming out throwing it. They're loose. They have nothing to lose. Let's go out and have some fun.
We're going to measure to see how much they need, if they need any, for the first down. It's at the 40-yard line of the 49ers. 1st and 10. Sellout crowd here at Shea Stadium this afternoon. Bobby Jones is far to the left side. Richard Todd. And he completes it. Taken back Kevin Long, and he is down the sideline inside the 25-yard line.
Fans are getting a little excited. This is the best offensive drive we've seen by the Jets. Number 33, Long, going out of the screen to your right there. They had a mix-up in coverage this time. Long finds himself wide open. Simple little pass out in the flat, dumps it off. He makes another first down for the Jets.
Mickey Schuler is being assisted off the field. Play being held up until he gets off. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for the Jets now. 49ers leading at 24-3 early in the 3rd quarter. Richard Todd. Opposite complete. Inside the 20-yard line and on down to the 16 to Bobby Jones.
Every play a pass play. They've got a lot of scoring power. If they get on track, this is the best way to do it. Find yourself down. Nothing to lose here.
Second down and a long 2 here. Leave it on the ground. Durkin carry. He's got the first down. Scott Durkin at the 11-yard line.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. A running play.
Durkin, 4-year veteran from Purdue. Now some of the hometown fans started chanting, "Let's go Jets."
A little quiet in the first half, weren't they?
That's Todd stats in the third quarter. 5 for 6, 64 yards. Todd. Incomplete. Bobby Jones, incomplete.
You can believe the Jets want a pass interference call on this play. Todd looks much quicker with the football this time. He throws the ball. He dropped the football. Man came over his back, but he did drop the football.
2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line. Richard Todd. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Harper. Penalty marker on the play.
They came with a blitz that time. Todd trying to get him squared away.
Penalty, preliminary signal indicated against the Jets.
That's the thing, excuse me, Lindsay, that's the thing they can't afford right here is to make any kind of mistakes if they attempt to get back into this football game.
And that's what Walt Michaels is thinking. Illegal motion is indicated by Cal Lepore. His microphone still is not working very well, and it's been declined to make it 3rd down and 10 at the 11-yard line on the declination. New York's 3rd down conversion, 0 for 4. Richard Todd. Well, that's the end of the line. Willie Harper got there.
He came with everybody this time. Watch Harper coming on the blitz, nobody to pick him up. Little action where the quarterback was rolling to his left. Also in there, Ray Rhodes.
Harper, Buns, and Rhodes, and now we'll have the field goal attempt. Pat Leahy will attempt the 35-yarder. Pat Ryan holding for it. Leahy's boot is good. 35-yard field goal. And so as they come back up the field now, the score is the San Francisco 49ers 24 and the New York Jets 6.
Copier companies have been introducing small copiers with a very interesting claim.
It's just as good as a Xerox.
It's just as good as a Xerox. Then one day...
This compact copier is very versatile. It even copies on your own letterhead. It's inexpensive, but best of all...
I know, it's just as good as a Xerox.
It is a Xerox.
The Xerox 2600, the compact copier that really is just as good as a Xerox.
When I looked at Datsun 280ZX and Porsche 924, I also looked at this new Mazda RX-7, and that's all it took.
Just one look. That's all it took. Yeah, just one look. That's all it took.
You get a lot of refined sports car with the Mazda RX-7. You also get great mileage, and you get it all at a price that'll really make you look twice.
Yeah, the more you look, the more you like.
He came to serve his country and went on trial for murder. Brad Davis in an all-star cast based on a true story, A Rumor of War, a special movie presentation Wednesday.
Pat Leahy will kick it off now for the Jets. Elliott and Francis have dropped back deep to receive it for the 49ers. Over to Francis' side of the field. Goes out of bounds. So they'll have to tee it up and do it all over again.
Cleveland leading Kansas City 13-6. Brian Sipe to Keith Wright. Second touchdown. They had the extra point blocked. 13-6.
5-yard penalty will move it back to the 30-yard line, from whence they will boot it once again.
Houston leading Baltimore 7-3. That's in the second quarter.
That's Francis you see right there, one of the beaten men. He and Elliott are back to receive the kickoff. Coming into this game, these two teams had played each other only 4 times in all of their franchise histories, and each had won 2. Elliott at the goal line, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and to the 25, and across to the 27-yard line. So now the San Francisco 49ers start first and 10. We're in the third quarter with 10 minutes, 23 seconds remaining to be played. In the spirit, it was a 27-yard return by that man right there, 35, Linville Elliott.
See what kind of adjustments the Jets made defensively. We saw what they did offensively. He came out throwing the football. Buffalo leading New Orleans 14-7.
Steve DeBerg is still quarterbacking the 49ers. Quick pitch taken to the outside by Cooper. Got it up to about the 33. Schaefer Suggs made the stop.
Look at Cooper going back. We have a New York Jet player down on the field.
There is an injury on the field, and other than that, we are told that Wesley Walker has sustained an eye injury and is in fairly bad shape with it. Injury timeout here.
I make one trick shot in a light beer commercial, and everybody thinks they know how to shoot pool. So these guys decided to take me on to shoot a little pool and drink a little light beer from Miller. Because it's less filling.
Tastes great.
Less filling.
Let's quit talking and start chalking.
You break, Bubba. Sure, I haven't broken anything all day.
Hey, Mickey, what happened? It's a mystery to me.
You show him, Rodney.
Yeah, show him.
You guys got me all wrong. I think light tastes great, too. But when you're shooting pool, the only thing you want to get filled up is the pocket. 14 ball. 6 ball. Combination.
Steve, how do you do that?
Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
As you know, Wesley Walker has much less than full vision in one eye, and now the other eye has been injured, and so he is inactivated for the moment. Injury on that last play was to Stan Blanker, the middle linebacker for the New York Jets. 2nd and 5 at the 33 here for the 49ers. Berg's pass is complete. Taken by Charlie Young. Trying to get to the sticks, looked a little short.
Right through the progression. By that, I mean, he can't go to the deep receiver automatically, going to the short receiver, just like he did there. Bobby Jackson coming up and making the tackle on Charlie Young. Well, you can tell this Jet defense really misses their two leaders of that defense, Joe Klecko and also Greg Buttle. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati, 14-13 now.
3rd down and a yard to go. Double tight end alignment. Cooper, penalty marker. Linesman's flag to be checked out. Illegal motion against the 49ers.
Minnesota leading Chicago 21-0. Game's in the 3rd period now. Chicago's struggling a little bit offensively.
That's the place, Cal. The 32, not the 31. Illegal motion cost him 5 down to same. 3rd and 6 at the 32. Penalty marker, referee's flag, stops play. Referee's flag and the whistle stops play. Charlie Young over there is not so sure it stops play. Or is Darrell Ray sure that it stops play, but it does.
Detroit leading 10-7 over the Cardinals.
5 more. Illegal procedure.
Detroit got their touchdown, a 13-yard pass from Danielson to Horace King.
3rd and 11 at the 27. '49ers are leading 24-6. Solomon in motion across. Steve DeBerg with the ball. And he completes the pass. Right Clark. Not enough for the first down. 4th down coming up, and the punting unit comes on as DeBerg comes off. Sonny Jurgensen, you're a veteran quarterback. Give me a little quick critique of DeBerg's work today.
I've been very impressed with his accuracy with the football, throwing the ball to the right man. I have to give Bill Walsh a lot of credit for the way he schooled this young man.
Boomed out of there, and Harper's waiting. Miller punted. Harper has it at the 19. He's at the 20. He's not going anywhere. Ricky Churchman downfield. So we have now 9 minutes, 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the 49ers lead it by a score of 24-6.
Come, drive in the 4th dimension. Experience the 4-wheel drive edge of the American Eagle. Feel all 4 wheels bite into bone-dry pavement, slice through rain, eat up snow. This year, Eagle introduces incredibly improved gas mileage to its spectacular 4-wheel drive advantage. Why drag 2 helpless wheels along? Now drive with extra traction and economy in the 4th dimension. The American Eagle from American Motors.
Now, Zenith System 3 is more. The PRP circuit. For more picture detail. More picture sharpness. 25% more. 4 speakers for more sound. Built-in cable tuning for access to more channels. 105 channels. Zenith System 3. We're moving television into the future.
Next Saturday, the U.S. goes wheel to wheel with the world's best in the World Team Speedway Championships from Poland. Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
It is 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line now for the New York Jets. Richard Todd, the quarterback, back to set it up. Over the middle, completes again to Clark Gaines. The pass pattern has been working all day long. They advance it up across the 30-yard line. Clark Gaines, 5-year veteran from Wake Forest.
Mr. Gaines came to play today. Again coming out of the backfield. Little crossing pattern. That's his 11th catch of the day. He caught 12 last week. He's got to think they don't have any more receivers out there. The way the ball's coming to him.
Churchman and Bobby Leopold on the tackle. That one is complete. Taken by Bobby Jones, and it's going to be marked at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10.
A turn-in pattern to Jones, who's now playing for Walker. Comes down, sets up, turns in, man goes right between his legs. Melvin Morgan.
Jets first and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Lamb Jones far to the left side. Jones to the right side. Marty Jones. On the ground. Scott Durkee.
What a play Ted Vincent made that time, defeating his block, jumping across the line of scrimmage and forcing it back to the inside. Watch number 75. You see him right there. He makes the play, force him back to the inside, back into some white shirts. A lot of help, Dan Buns.
Second down, 11 yards to go. Todd. Diving catch, penalty marker on the play. Mickey Schuler was the receiver, but there is a flag.
A holding call the Jets do not need.
Exactly what it is, holding against the green shirts. Clock says 7 minutes, 6 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 49ers are leading the Jets 24-6. Now LaFleur marks off the yardage.
Kansas City, Cleveland all tied up at 13 apiece in the third quarter.
Second down and 21 yards to go. Second and 21. Todd has a whistle to stop play. Play is over. Then to Derek Gaffney. 3 wide receivers in.
Well, Todd had that right too, Gaffney. Just hit him on the shoulder pad. He made a very good throw that time.
Third down. And 21 yards to go. Todd moves out. And completed at the 50-yard line. Taken by Derek Gaffney. It is not enough for the first down. It's going to be about 2 or 3 yards short. I think they're going for it. And if I leave it to the crowd, they'll go for it. Fourth down coming up. Ball's just across the 50-yard line. Need about 3 yards. Oh, the Jets go here. See if they can keep their drive alive. And they do not. Kevin Long got the ball, but it goes over on downs. Kevin Long could not pick it up.
A long way to go for a first down on a running play like this. No place to go. Just tremendous play by the San Francisco defense.
This Mercedes-Benz is a rather remarkable diesel. This Mercedes-Benz set 9 world records by averaging almost 200 miles an hour for 12 hours. What's even more remarkable, it averaged 14.7 miles per gallon while doing this. Cars like this make cars like these possible. The Mercedes-Benz diesel, engineered like no other car in the world.
We want to make you smile.
Well, welcome back. I see you brought a friend. My boss. Hasn't smiled the whole trip. I'm back. I think you'll like our beds.
Big room.
Everything all right?
Just fine. Call me for dinner.
In an hour. We made him smile.
Day.
Lou Grant, the Emmy Award-winning series premieres with an all-new episode. Be sure and watch Ed Asner as Lou Grant, premiering Monday at 10, 9 Central and Mountain.
49ers with the ball. First and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Steve DeBerg is still at the control of Bill Walsh, 49ers. Pushing to the outside. DeBerg retreats. Threads the needle, and it is completed. Taken by Dwight Clark. There's a jet injury, and there's a penalty marker. I think roughing the passer. So we got a lot of administrative work to do here. Jackson there.
Yes, Bobby Jackson at another turning pattern to Dwight Clark. DeBerg goes back. See if we pick up the hit here on him late. It's been a late hit. Boy, he made a good. That's the accuracy I was talking about earlier when you admire the job that he's doing. A lot of green shirts around the football, but there's a penalty for roughing the passer, and Jackson's going to have to go out. See if we can pick up the hit here. He gets back, gets pretty good time there. A late hit on the quarterback. Good piece of running by Clark here after he catches the football. Oops, there's one miss. Where'd everybody go?
DeBerg goes out of the ball game, and Joe Montana comes in. Montana there at quarterback, first and 10 at the 23-yard line. On the ground. Paul Hofer. Paul Hofer turned the corner and stepped out inside the 10-yard line.
Pittsburgh run up again, 21-13, leading now. Another touchdown pass by Bradshaw, 68 yards to Swan. Take a look at the replay. Just a sweep. Hofer following cross. He gets around, nobody there. Up the sideline. That was the play. Stepped out of bounds.
First and goal at the 8-yard line now for the 49ers. 5 minutes, 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Montana quarterbacking. Leave it on the ground. Give it to Hofer. Got about 1 to the 7.
Tough yardage.
Second down and goal to go.
DeBerg is up talking to Bill Walsh. There's a possibility that he might come back in. Yes, think he is.
Here he comes.
I talked to Paul Hofer before the game today about not getting as much publicity as some of the running backs, and he has to be one of the most complete running backs in the league.
Well, I think I've been playing behind some pretty good running backs in Delvin Williams and O.J. Simpson, and I really never had a chance to play. And this year I'm getting my chance, and I think I'm getting a word of publicity.
Berg's pass incomplete to Earl Cooper. It'll be third and goal at the 7.
I know the people on San Francisco don't feel that he's getting enough publicity, that he deserves to be ranked up there with the top running backs in the league.
Five minutes, 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes Montana back into the ball game. DeBerg comes off.
Alternating quarterbacks.
Montana in his quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
Atlanta leading Miami 14-3 now.
Montana to the corner and touchdown. Dwight Clark for the touchdown.
Same play they used before, Lindsay. The little corner pattern, the exact pattern, the same spot. Just a little corner pattern, a very exact pattern runner. Montana back. Good protection. Boy, what a job they've done in that offensive line. Montana didn't even get set because the defender had fallen down. Clark said, nobody around. Made it look easy.
Montana will hold for Ray Wershing on the conversion attempt. It is down and dropped, and Montana picks it up. Now he looks, throws, and it's incomplete. The conversion is no good. And the score is 49ers 30 and the Jets 6. with 4 minutes, 58 seconds left to play in the third quarter at Shea Stadium in New York.
I'm hurting in places I didn't know I had. They got me doing things I never thought I could. Feeling good, feeling strong, part of something I belong.
The Army can make you feel a lot of ways. Challenged, trained, and proud.
With this time, with these people, with this feeling, feeling good, feeling good.
The Toyota Celica Super is life in the fast lane that's almost beyond belief. But the Super is not the only way to join the fast crowd. There's a now classic sporty Celica GT Coupe and the GT Liftback. And for those who would like a sporty Celica for a little less money, there's the ST, the lowest price Celica. To find out which one's for you, drive a Celica. Then just trust your feelings. A Celica selection.
It'll be Wershing kicking off now. Harper's dropped back to Darby to receive it. 49er fans wanted to start a season who their quarterback would be. Well, it's going to be DeBerg in Montana. Montana is 4'6", 60 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he ran one in from 5 yards out. Harper, 5 yards deep in the end zone, goal line 5. Out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Stopped at the 21-yard line. Terry Anderson there.
Cleveland's gone back on top of Kansas City. 20-13. Brian Sipe hit Charles White with a 31-yard touchdown pass.
And now the Jets have the ball. 1st and 10, and they have it at their own 21-yard line. Three wide receivers. Johnny Jones, Derek Gaffney, Bobby Jones. Todd getting straightened out. Sending Bobby Jones over to the left side into a slot. Richard Todd over the middle, gains incomplete.
Buffalo, New Orleans. New Orleans, a 45-yard field goal by Benny Ricardo. Russell Erxleben is not kicking field goals. Benny Ricardo puts New Orleans up. Lindsay, we had a correction to make. Earlier I said that Eric Gaines was the leading receiver coming out of the backfield. We'll touch on it after this play.
Whistle stops play. Todd's got the ball. Go ahead.
You said that Clark Gaines was the leading receiver for a Jet. He set a record coming out of the backfield. That was a mistake. We have a correction on that. Matt Snell is the all-time leading receiver at 193 catches. Gaines had 142 going into this game. He has 153 now, so he's still 40 behind.
Illegal procedure. 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 15. 6 defensive backs in there now for the 49ers in anticipation of the pass play. 2nd and 15 at the 16.
Kenny Stabler to Rich Casta. Another touchdown for Houston. 14-6 now.
Richard Todd over the middle and complete. Bruce Harper struggles. He struggles. Clyde Hicks there to make the stop.
Well, he's a good receiver. That's the man they'd like to get that ball to out in the open field. Again, the patterns, the linebackers deep, little crossing patterns by the backs. And he does something with it when he gets it. He's a little loose with the football there. Had it out, should have taken a hit. He may have lost that thing. White Hicks makes the tackle.
Just short of the 30-yard line. Third and 2. Scott Durking looking for 2. And I think he got it. Spot it and look.
1st and 10. Lindsay, looking at some of the stats here, of what the Jets are doing, just notice that their #1 draft choice, Lamb Jones, does not have a reception yet.
Richard Todd has quarterback the Jets all day long. He drops back. Well, he's still got it. Heading for the sideline. Richard Todd goes out of bounds.
Nobody to throw to. This is one of those situations, judgment call by the official, whether or not man had him in control. Jimmy Webb slips off. Todd comes out of the backfield, picks up a couple of good blocks here. Oh, good block by that Bobby Jones coming back, allowing Richard Todd to get out of bounds.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Over the middle, incomplete. Gaines takes it across the 50-yard line. First and 10 for the Jets.
He's matched his output from last week. He's caught 12 now.
Cornelius and Hicks made the stop.
We score Minnesota. Ted Brown having a big day up there. That's his second touchdown run. One for 55 yards. His last one from just one.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Jets. On the 47-yard line. Richard Todd. Going long, incomplete. He really turned it loose and laid it out there that time for Lamb Jones.
How do you overthrow this man? Well, you see, just a fly pattern. He's been running his pattern a lot of times today. Charles Johnson covering, just overthrew him.
49ers leading in the ball game. By a score of 30-6. Second down, 10 yards to go. Jets at the 49ers, 47. Richard Todd stacks. Todd. And it's a catch by Bruce Harper. The 42-yard line.
Boy,
Bobby Leopold there.
He did make a good catch, didn't he? Because Leopold was right on him. This ball wasn't thrown accurately. Leopold may have had an interception. Take a look at it. Back again. Ooh, very close. Good catch. Good concentration on the football.
Third down. Todd. And it's complete to Harper. First down at the 30-yard line. Ricky Churchman made the tackle.
Stop on the play by Ricky.
Well, the defensive line of San Francisco's really got to be getting tired rushing this pass every down. A lot of energy you use up, burn up there. Good catch by Harper. You burn a lot of energy trying to rush that pass, and as we said earlier, it's a little warm down there.
It's been warm down there all day long. Warm and humid here in New York. Well, Darby's in there now. Todd is dropped at the 40-yard line. There is a marker. Jim Stuckey got to him.
I think Chris Ward, number 72, had a takedown. And they also sacked the quarterback. That's what I was talking about, the energy. He's been burning up rushing that passer.
That's Stuckey coming off. 1 minute, 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Ken Times, number 60, has come in for James Stuckey. Remember early in this game, Dwayne Board was injured, so they're down to don't have a lot of depth in that defensive line right now.
Holding decline. Ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. So that the down counts.
quarterback sacks for San Francisco today.
2nd and 19. Todd. And a diving catch down at the 22-yard line. Derek Gaffney.
Derek Gaffney. Just a pattern that he missed one earlier on. Same pattern that Wesley Walker ran earlier. Finding the seam. San Francisco playing loose. You see the man coming up, Charles Johnson coming up and making the hit on him. Almost a first down, 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2 yards to go. Ball is on the 22. 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Got the first down. Scott Durkin carried.
First time they picked up one of these short yardage. They've missed a couple of times, especially when they went for it on 4th down. This time they go to Durkin, finds a little crease, sneaks in there. Leopold out on the tackle.
Inside the 18-yard line, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second left in the 3rd quarter, and that's that. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, 49ers 30 and the Jets 6. We now pause for a word from your local station.
It's breathtaking, it's dazzling, it's unbelievable. It's special effects The Empire Strikes Back with host Mark Hamill Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
This is CBS.
My broker says that with 2 children to put through college, I should start investing in stocks. What does your broker say?
Well, Frank, my broker's E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says...
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
The Yankees won 22 World Series. No other teams come close. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. No other teams come close. American Airlines has been the #1 choice for domestic travel in 3 straight surveys of frequent flyers. No other airlines won even once. The main reason we won, service, and the American team that delivers it.
We're American Airlines, doing what we do best.
Len Berman, Sports Update tonight at 11:45.
As we start the 4th quarter here at Shea Stadium in New York, this is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen. And the San Francisco 49ers are leading the Jets by a score of 30-6. But the Jets have the ball 1st and 10 at the 49ers 18-yard line. Stuckey has come back into the ball game now in the defense of the 49ers. Richard Todd, in a losing cause so far, is 25 for 35, 272 yards in the air. There's his 3rd quarter stats right there. Todd, the quarterback. Puts it up and incomplete. Trying to get it to Bobby Jones.
Boy, Morgan makes a great play then. Melvin Morgan made a great play. He read the fact that Jones is reaching up for the football. Good throw by Todd. Right at the last second, you'll see a hand go up here. Just as he was trying to catch the thing, Morgan stuck his hand up and knocked it away.
Bobby calls himself Cam Jones because he worked in a garage. So there's a Lamb Jones, there's a Cam Jones at Texas, there was a Ham Jones. 2nd and 10 at the 18. Pumps, full pivot, throws a screen right. Harper gets to the 15-yard line, picked up 3 yards on the play.
New Orleans leading Buffalo. Another Benny Ricardo field goal. This one from 47 yards. It's now 19-14.
Danny Buns made the tackle.
And Stuckey is coming off the field again.
Ken Times is in there. Third and 7. Todd to the corner. Touchdown. Taken by Derek Gaffney. Jets touchdown.
Hey, I've never seen a team work harder to get a touchdown than the Jets. Gaffney ran a good corner pattern, the same type of pattern that San Francisco had success on earlier. This time it's the Jets running the corner pattern. Good pass, pretty good coverage here. Had him beat just a little. Charles Johnson covering Gaffney for the touchdown.
Pat Leahy to attempt the conversion with Pat Ryan holding for him. And it's good. So it is now 30-13. With the San Francisco 49ers still out in front, and we have 14 minutes, 12 seconds left to play in the game.
When you can borrow money for the things you need, when you need them.
That's Transamerica Financial.
That's Transamerica. When you go to the movies, and you're glad you did.
It's United Artists.
That's Transamerica. When your property is well insured and your independent agent is understanding.
That's Transamerica Insurance.
The many companies in the Transamerica family all stand for just one thing. First-rate service at a fair price. That's Transamerica.
At about $4.50 a quart, this is one of the most expensive motor oils in the world. Or is it? If you drive 25,000 miles a year, the money you save on gas, oil changes, and oil filters alone can add up to $83. Up to $83 by switching from conventional 10W40 motor oil to synthetic Mobil 1. Mobil 1, the oil that saves you gas and more.
Saturday, go for a spin with the nation's best at the United States Roller Skating Championships. Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
As a Jet scoring drive. Got them on the scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. They'll be kicking it off now. Pat Leahy. Francis is back there. And so is Elliott. Elliott's got it. Will not run it out. Touchback first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 21-20 now. Cincinnati got on the board with an 18-yard pass from Jack Thompson to Isaac Curtis. A close one.
Steve DeBerg coming in there to run the attack now for the San Francisco 49ers, coached by Bill Walsh.
Maybe they don't let Montana play behind the 50-yard line. He just takes it. When he gets into plus territory, he gets touchdown.
They leave it on the ground. Paul Hofer. Got out to about the 22.
They're thinking about the clock now. They'd like to get some yards, keep that clock running, keep it moving, keep it on the ground if they can. They can also do that with that high percentage throwing.
Get a good look at Hofer there as he comes back into the huddle.
I think he's not powerful. He's not slow. Doesn't have great speed, but he's quick and he has great balance.
Last year, of course, he was playing a great deal behind O.J. Simpson. DeBerg has a penalty marker. Ball is back at the 14. DeBerg dribbled it.
San Francisco is starting to make a few mistakes now. They can afford that. These offensive linemen like the fact that Mr. Rapport's microphone isn't working, and it allows him an opportunity. They don't get their name called out.
Anonymity, we call it. Procedure custom 5. Second and 13. 6 defensive backs in there now for the New York Jets. Second and 13 at the 17-yard line. Steve DeBerg.
Young had it incomplete. He hit the official with it. Look at the official, right opposite the center. Looks like the official's got him covered pretty good here. He could have made a good catch, couldn't he? I think he was open. Look down the Jet bench there. It's been a long day for the Jets. Well, I tell you something. Singleton, Ayers, Quillen, Cross, and Farnhorst have really done an outstanding job today. Minnesota, Chicago, 28-7 now. 3rd and 13th. Well, it's in possession. Paul Hofer. Well, the Jet fans finally have something to yell about as Hofer's back near the 10-yard line. 4th down coming up. Watch this play. Watch Jerry Holmes right here. Number 47 coming across. Playing off a block, keeps going, gets knocked down, gets up, back into the play. Punt formation now. Young Miller back through the punting. Booms it out of there. Harper retreats, and Harper goes all the way back. He's at the 24-yard line, 25, 30. 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Oh, what a kick by Miller. Wasn't it, though? I tell you, if you take that shoe off, you can boom him out of there. 65-yard punt.
Come experience what lies beyond the sports car. American Motors introduces Eagle SX4, the new four-wheel drive sport machine. Eagle SX4 out-corners Trans Am in soft sand, out-accelerates Mustang Turbo in loose dirt, out-brakes MGB on dry pavement. Plus, the four-wheel drive Eagle SX4 beats them all in gas mileage. Experience driving in the 4th dimension with American Motors.
Take it easy. You know, I was known for working long and hard during training camp. Why, even after my teammates were asleep, I'd still be out practicing my moves, and that's still important. So I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's got 1/3 less calories than a regular beer, and the best thing is it's less filling. Because listen, I still train the same way as the old days. Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Next Saturday, go trackside to the World Team Speedway Championships and rinkside to the U.S. Roller Skating Championships. 4:30 Eastern next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Atlanta leading Miami 17-3 now. Tim Mazzetti a 34-yard field goal for their last score.
1st and 10, 35 for the New York Jets with Richard Todd, the quarterback, dropping back. Puts it up. And it is incomplete, intended for Johnny Lamb Jones. Certainly Jim Miller for the 49ers is a rookie out of the University of Mississippi. He has kicked 3 times today. That last one was 65 yards. He has averaged 53 yards per kick.
Detroit leading St. Louis 17-7. Billy Sims scored another touchdown, a 13-yard run.
Lamb Jones goes to the sideline. Durkin is there also.
It's 6 touchdowns for Mr. Sims now.
Off to a great start. Going long, and it is intercepted. Ricky Churchman. Ricky from Texas. So it goes over now to the 49ers 1st and 10. They will take the ball at the 33-yard line.
But when, Senator?
To that I reply, all things come to him that waits.
Senator, at Shearson Loeb Rhodes, we disagree.
Shearson Loeb Rhodes?
Well, it's one of America's fastest-growing investment firms.
Really?
Well, instead of waiting, Shearson believes in making good things happen.
But who could make good things happen for me?
Well, for you and over 3,000 new clients a week, the answer is Shearson.
I heartily agree.
When the question is money, the answer is Shearson.
Because Subaru doesn't think four-wheel drive is only for the rich, we present the open-back Subaru Brat, America's lowest price four-wheel drive fun car, and the Subaru Hatchback, America's lowest price four-wheel drive functional car. Both go from front to four-wheel drive at the flick of a lever, and both get more miles per gallon than any other four-wheel drive cars in America. The Subaru Hatchback and the Subaru No-Back.
30-13. 49ers are leading, and they have the ball first and 10 at 2 on 33. Walker there, still working on the eye along the sideline. Berg handing it off. Earl Cooper, big running back, up to the 48-yard line.
Big running back and a hard running back. Great pick here. Good block. Cuts back. Just turns his shoulders upfield. Squares away. Gets as much out of it as he can.
Dead bench again, as you see Lamb Jones there.
Cooper's carried the ball 13 times for 73 yards today.
First down and 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 48-yard line. We talked at the top of the show about the fact that the noise of jets flying from nearby LaGuardia might be a problem for DeBerg in hearing, but it's been no problem because the wind has not been blowing in that direction, so that there have been no jets taking off in this direction. We've had a comparatively quiet day here at Shea Stadium. DeBerg, and it's incomplete into the hands of Cooper, in and out.
Good throw. It was behind him. He turned around, had plenty of time to catch it. It's one of the easiest catches he's had.
Jets are out of linebackers. They've got Troy now playing linebacker.
Look at Fred Quillen here, number 56, looking for somebody to block. Nobody on his nose, getting back. He's helping inside. Nobody needs any help.
Where'd everybody go?
That's what a center does.
Second and 10 at the 48-yard line. Well, he got rid of it in a hurry to Paul Hofer. And he got across to the 48-yard line. Picked up 4 on the play. Speaking of the noise here at Shea Stadium, you know, if you work here every day, you're like the fellow who has an apartment for the railroad track. You get so you don't hear it. All the visitors do. But if you're here every day, you get to where you don't hear the noise at all.
You ought to know. 17 years here, huh?
I worked here a long time, and the last time I was here, I walked into Ralph County with him. I said, how do you stand all this noise? He said, what noise? Third down play coming. DeBerg drops back. Guns it. Taken by Dwight Clark. It's going to be marked, I think, at the 38.
Atlanta's leading Miami. Miami scored a 1-yard pass from Strzok to Bruce Hardy for their 10th point.
Bobby Jones.
Baltimore, another field goal. 14-9 now, trailing Houston. McNamara, 3 field goals in that game.
First down, 10 yards to go for the San Francisco 49ers. Fake the reverse, and DeBerg goes long. And it is a penalty marker. Penalty marker. Freddie Solomon was the intended receiver. And there was interference there. Freddie Solomon, the receiver, being reported to Cal Lepore, the referee. The ruling in the case, interference in the end zone. Touchdown.
Yes, they faked the reverse. Remember, they ran the reverse earlier to set this play up. They come back. Ball is actually underthrown a little bit. You see right there the contact being made. Interference in the end zone. And it gives them a touchdown.
Working for the extra point, Montana the hold.
Wishing to attempt this one. Montana holding for him. Put it up, and good. Look again at it now.
Take a look at the touchdown right here. You see the contact being made right there. I don't know if he was really trying to grab him then, but Donald Dykes got the call.
Interference called, and he declined it and took the touchdown.
Copier companies have been introducing small copiers with a very interesting claim.
It's just as good as a Xerox.
It's just as good as a Xerox. Then one day...
This compact copier is very versatile. It even copies on your own letterhead. It's inexpensive, but best of all...
I know. It's just as good as a Xerox.
It is a Xerox.
The Xerox 2600, the compact copier that really is just as good as a Xerox.
Ooh, new Subaru. Got the brains and the beauty too. Put together like a great car should. Oh, that Subaru sure looks good. Ooh, new Subaru. Got the brains and the beauty too. Subaru is today inexpensive and built to stay that way. Subaru. Got the brains and the beauty too.
Ray Wershing will kick it off now. There's the scoring drive. Bruce Harper, Paul Darby have dropped back deep to receive it for the Jets. Wershing's kick. Darby runs it out, goal line 5, out to the 10, Darby to the 15. Struggles to the 20, and they will start their 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Minnesota leading Chicago 28-14. An 89-yard pass to Chicago from Vince Evans to Ricky Watts.
Tom Sebring made the last tackle. Incidentally, DeBerg today for the 49ers is 17 for 23, 190 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Both quarterbacks have thrown 2 touchdowns.
1st down, 10 yards to go for the Jets. Score is 37-13. Completed over the middle, taken there by Clark Gaines. One more for Gaines.
One more, and that does set a record for Clark Gaines as far as receptions. 12 receptions, tied a record last week. He breaks it. The record was held by Art Powell back in '61, Don Maynard in '67, and Eddie Bell 1970.
1st and 10 for the Jets at their own 37-yard line. Beg your pardon, 33-yard line. Dive and catch, no contact. Bobby Jones up and trying to advance.
13 catches for Clark Gaines.
Caller spotted at the 40-yard line here.
Man on the field right now for San Francisco, Terry Totola, number 50. He just joined the club. He's already getting a chance to play. There he is. You see him, number 50.
He's getting acquainted. He's introducing himself. Now throwing, and it is complete. Taken by Mickey Schuler. In advance of the 1st down sticks, 1st and 10.
Mickey Schuler, brought down on the play by Charles Johnson and Greg Boogie.
Ball is at the 46-yard line.
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Every time Cincinnati scores, Pittsburgh does. Pittsburgh scored quickly with a Greg Hawthorne 4-yard run. Cincinnati came right back with a 22-yard pass from Jack Thompson to Don Bass.
Todd has the ball. High catch by Mickey Schuler, pulled in across the 50-yard line at the 48. About 6.
Mickey Schuler.
Todd going back. What a catch by Schuler here. Oh, it really goes up in the air. Charles Johnson in on the play.
Jets, of course, are trailing in this game, and if the Jets lose to San Francisco, it'll be the first time since 1974 that they've lost their first 2 home games of the season. In that season, New York dropped 7 of the first 8 games. Gaines out of the ball game. Incompleted pass. Intended for Kevin Long, who had come in to replace Clark Gaines. Greg Pookie on the tackle. Long day for that man, Walt Michaels.
Richard Todd right now, 30 for 44, 320 yards. I think he'd trade a change on that scoreboard for a few more points. Only 13 points.
3rd and 4 at the 48. That's Todd. Plays this one up the middle. Inside the 35-yard line. Jerome Barkham.
Not pass complete to Jerome Barkham. Stop on the play by Dwight Tick. First down.
First down, 10 yards to go.
Hurry up offense.
7 minutes, 28 seconds left to play in the game. And it's complete to the 21-yard line to Bruce Harper. That'll be a first down.
Well, just think of that offensive line having to block pass protection each play, and the defensive line of San Francisco realizing they're going to have to rush your pass every down.
Penalty markers thrown, long pass incomplete. Contact at the goal line, but no flag there. The flag was back at the line of scrimmage. Offsides was against the 49ers.
Todd's about to take off his helmet. He's going to have a sore arm. What was that, 46 passes, 47?
All day long. Gastineau along the sideline now. First down and 5 yards to go. With the ball at the 16-yard line. Well, Todd got away, but the ball didn't.
Everything but the potato.
Which is all that counts. Illegal procedure. Ball back to the 21 and makes it first.
Detroit leading St. Louis now 20-7. Murray tacked on a field goal.
Corner. Incomplete. Incomplete. Derek Gaffney is unhappy with the call. Derek Gaffney unhappy with the call.
And kicking. He was out of bounds. He caught the ball. He wanted the touchdown. Good throw here. I think he's out of bounds. Take a look. He's feeling that he was pushed out of bounds, but I'm not sure. I think he would have been out of bounds anyway.
In any case, it is second down and 21 yards to go. That one is complete. Side the 10 to Mickey Schuler. Should be enough for the first down.
How many completions is that for?
Richard Todd rolling up completion.
Ricky Churchman and Jimmy Welch.
It'll be first down and goal to go now. It's spotted just inside the 10.
He's getting very close to Joe Namath's record. Joe Namath, I think, completion record was 34 here.
6 minutes left to play in the game.
313.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Harper. Bruce Harper took it for the touchdown.
They had another mix-up into coverage. Look who's covering us, the closest man to Harper. You know who it is? Jimmy Webb. What's he back doing? Covering passes. I think that's what you consider a mismatch.
Walker you saw leaving. Conversion attempt. Now the ball is booted up. Leahy, and it's good. And so it is now San Francisco 37 and the New York Jets 20.
Todd is having some kind of day here in the second half. He's got to have a second half record of some kind. They're closing in on all kinds of records as far as receptions, completions. Namath's record was 34 completions or something. I don't know how many yards, but Todd is 34 for 50 now, 372 yards. So he's tied Joe Namath's record.
And there he is. Richard Todd, who played his college football the same place Joe Namath did, for Bear Bryant at the University of Alabama.
A lot of completions.
.37-20, and the clock says 5 minutes 50 seconds remaining as it's being teed up now. Leahy will kick it out. We're winding up the third week of the NFL season, and it's getting to the point where things are taking shape here now. The Jets seem to be well on their way to their third loss, and the 49ers surprisingly seem well on their way to their third win of this season. Now the onsider to no avail, so it's sent a good field position for the 49ers. There's the first airplane we've heard come over here today. Where's DeBerg?
Wait a minute, where'd he come from? The airplane, huh?
As the scoring drive.
Well, DeBerg is coming on. We'll have to see with the next plane coming if he has any problem. The NFL record for completions in a game is 37, held by George Blanda. Houston versus Buffalo back in 1964.
First and 10 now for the 49ers at the 46-yard line. DeBerg, and DeBerg. Amplifier, headset, microphone, and all down at the 44-yard line.
Lawrence Pillars making a good play then.
Gastineau got to him along with Pillars.
Take a look, the two defensive ends held on to it a little too long this time. He hadn't been out on the field in a long time. Couldn't make up his mind, unlike their type of passing attack, to have to reload and try to find someone else.
Second and 19 at the 45. Solomon far to the left side for DeBerg. On the ground to Phil Francis. Up to the 48-yard line for 3. Third and 16.
Cincinnati's taking a lead, 30-28 now. What about that game? A 21-yard field goal by Ian Sunner.
Berg moving in. Call the next play in the hub. Man who has an injury to his larynx and has to use a microphone, an amplifier that's built into the shoulder pad, the backpack. Well, a draw play. Phil Francis. And he got inside the 40-yard line, down to the 38.
Did you see the handoff here?
Well, it's a little odd.
He sticks the ball behind instead of showing it to the defensive team. How are you going to do it? Watch him going back. He sticks it in the back. A little tricky here.
It's fourth down on a long yard.
It's a cute little handoff. Here you go. Take a look at it from behind. Instead of normally you'd stick the draw in there, sticks it around the back. DeBerg has a tough time afterwards. He goes down.
Fourth down on a long yard. The ball's at the 38-yard line of the Jets. 3 minutes, 42 seconds remaining to be played in the game, and Cal Lepore signals a timeout for the 49ers, and DeBerg comes to the sideline.
Minnesota leading Chicago now 34-14. Robert Miller scored again for Minnesota on a 27-yard run. Lindsey, we've had 55 completions in this game. Pass completions in this game. 55 total.
You know, last year the 49ers, in deciding on who they would draft, had to decide if they were going to go with DeBerg in Montana or if they were going to try to go for another quarterback, draft one. They made all kinds of evaluations and decided they would go with what they had, and on the basis of what we've seen here today, it was a good decision.
Yes, sir. You know, when Namath had his 34 completions, he had 397 yards, but it was in a losing effort. And I think most of the time that's true. I think I've gone over 400 a time and lost.
Can happen.
You're playing catch-up. 17 apiece, Miami and Atlanta. 4-yard pass. Strzok threw another touchdown pass. This one to Ron Lee for 4 yards.
Walt Michaels.
This team's got 17 points here in the second half. This is going to hurt Mr. Miller's average, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Because the field's too short for it. Taken at the 10-yard line. But no return on that one. Ken Troy. So they will start their 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, 3 minutes and 33 seconds left, and imagine Mr. Todd's going to set a new record here for the New York Jets. Only a 29-yard punt return that time. A 29-yard punt for Miller. That
49er fans are happy here this afternoon. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Richard Todd retreats to the end zone. Stands there on the goal line and pops it out there, complete to Clark Gaines. Gaines with yet another reception.
14 for him.
A liberal spotting of the ball, I thought, up there to the 14-yard line. Second down play. And again, and it's completed. Taken by Lamb Jones. Lamb Jones got it across the 30-yard line to the 32. His first reception of the day.
Yes, he is. Take a look at him going across the middle, a pattern that they found Wesley Walker and also Derek Gaffney cutting across. No double coverage this time, but he didn't find the running room he wanted to run with the football.
Jim Stuckey was injured. He's back at the goal line getting attention. That's Stuckey. Johnny Lamb Jones, who just made his first reception of the day, was the 2nd highest draft choice in New York Jets history, behind Joe Namath, who was #1 in 1965. He came #2 in the entire draft behind Billy Sims.
There she is, Miss Universe 1980. Sean Weatherly, Sumter, South Carolina.
I would have sworn I saw you talking to her just moments ago.
I did. I had the pleasure. She's got to be happy about this one. A chance to see her boyfriend, Dwight Clark, play, and he's played well.
Stuckey comes off. First and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Jets. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. We have wound down to 2:45 now.
Keep in mind, Todd's only one away from tying the completion record.
Well, he just did at the 41-yard line to Mickey Schuler. So there, he ties the NFL completion record.
He just tied it right there, number 37.
Second down and a yard to go at the 42. For Richard Todd. Well, he completed another one. Set a new record up at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Harper took that one.
Looks like we're going to come down to the 2-minute warning before they get this play off.
Winding down, there it is, the 2-minute warning. So here at Shea Stadium in New York, we have 2 minutes remaining to be played. And the score is the 49ers 37 and the Jets 20.
good lines. You have a lot of good lines. I gotta tell you something, Dean.
What?
Really, from my heart. I'm not going anyplace with this show. You're supposed to have feelings for me. I've been watching the show, and so far, let me put it to you another way. It's a flop. It's not making it.
But I'm saving you for the finish.
The finish? Huh, are you kidding? You know why the people are here? It's free. That's why. You people know it. It's a free show. This is the overflow from Let's Make a Deal. What do you think of that? I want you to. I want you to hit me. I'll press charges. What do you think of that? I want you to lay a hand on me, dummy. You'll have a lot of trouble on your hands.
Micron.
Find out what that means. You're gonna be the head nurse. Now, I'll tell you something, Dean.
What?
You think people are crazy about you? They're not crazy about you. They think you're Tony Martin. That's why they're crazy about you.
Really?
You'll go...
As well, those events will be coming up for your enjoyment and edification. Todd dropping back. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. As Greg Pookie, Tennessee, made a move on the ball.
And it looks like he's banged up a little bit now. Todd's now 38 for 55, 410 yards. Take a look at this one again, crossing pattern. This time Pookie really plays it well. Both backs crossing. Oh, almost an interception. Covered pretty well that time by Scott Perry also.
Well, in completion of this game, most of you will see either Washington at Oakland or Tampa Bay at Dallas, except in the New York area. Richard Todd dropping back. Dumps it over the middle, completes it. Hard gains. Got the first down.
Todd pass complete to Clark Gaines. On the play by Bobby Leopold and Dan Butt. First down.
First down, 10 yards to go. 39-yard line. Todd completes it again to Gaines.
His 40th completion came
at the 33-yard line.
Tackled by Bobby Leopold.
Everybody just deep for San Francisco, willing to give them the short one as they have all day with the lead they've had. But boy, does people come up in a hurry. Bobby Leopold.
55 seconds left to play in the game, and it's been a great one for Richard Todd. He has the ball again. He drops back, throws it out in the flat. It's completed to Gaines again. Gets it to the 26-yard line. It's going to be enough for another first down, first and 10.
I think we're going to have a penalty of some type here. Gaines again coming out of the backfield. One time he goes in, one time he comes out. Ray Rhodes covering. And he makes the catch.
Cal Lepore marks off the penalty. It is against the 49ers. Puts the ball at the 13-yard line.
.36 seconds left.
Steve DeBerg has had an outstanding game at quarterback. So did Joe Montana for the 49ers. Richard Todd has had an outstanding game at quarterback. And a losing cause for the New York Jets. Jets first and 10 at the 13-yard line. 30 seconds on the clock. Todd steps up, pumps it, and it is a touchdown. Taken in the end zone by Paul Darby. Darby for the touchdown.
A lot of people have left, but another touchdown by the Jets. You take a look at it from ground level. Going back, Todd does a good job this time of coming back up through the pocket and making a throw. Good throw, good catch. Paul Darby for the touchdown.
37-26 conversion attempt coming now with Pat Leahy intercepted. And Ryan holding. Ryan puts it down. Darby kicks it up, and it's good. It's 37-27.
Take a look at it again. We'll take a look at the touchdown pass. Going back, he gets some pressure right here from the outside. Steps back up just in time. be able to deliver the football. Darby in the end zone. A touchdown for the Jets. But there's not enough time. 30 seconds left. 37-27.
Jets, of course, will be kicking it off to the 49ers, and the 49ers will be expecting the onside attempt.
Houston leading Baltimore 21-9.
Well, we're finally getting those airplanes we talked about.
I'm glad they held up.
Walt Michaels said, what can I tell you?
Clark gained 17 receptions today. Todd, 42 for 58, 428 yards, 3 touchdowns. But it's going to be in a losing cause.
Leahy has teed it up. Dixon, Elliott are the deep men, expecting the onside attempt. There is the onside attempt, fielded, so that the 49ers get it at the 50-yard line. 49er bench, been a big day for the 49ers. Our executive producer, of course, is Charles H. Milton III. Our producer, Mr. Robert Stenner. Our director is Sandy Grossen. And all of the people who have made this telecast possible from here at Shea Stadium in New York this afternoon. San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. Clock says 27 seconds left to play in the game. 49ers will be getting on a plane and flying back to San Francisco. They get in the alignment there just to kill the clock. He's taken by DeBerg and he hits the deck.
Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh 30-28. Boy, what an upset. They went back and forth all afternoon. Jack Thompson, 2 late touchdown passes.
Clock is running. You can see the time remaining in set. Down to 9, down to 8. They're going to let it run out. That's going to be it. Down to 6, down to 5. 3, 2, 1, and that is that. As the San Francisco 49ers have defeated the New York Jets by a final score of 37-27 here at Shea Stadium. The NFL on CBS will continue after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
Racing with the Moon.
The Thoroughbreds are back at the Meadowlands, and they're racing with the moon.
This is unreal. Hey, you've got to hear this. Just listen to this car stereo. The power's incredible. Oh, feel that bass. The highs are so clear. And that's the FM. Just wait till you hear how fantastic Sanyo makes my cassette sound. His Sanyo's unbelievable. Auto reverse, metal tape.
The great sound of Sanyo car stereo brings people together for the better life. Sanyo!
We know we are not alone in the universe, but tonight they are. Without warning, some films make your flesh crawl. This one goes right through it. The alien terror is here on Earth. And it's coming without warning. Rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you. You have been warned.
Warner Wolf Show, Tuesday, 7:30 on 2.
Coming up next on Sports Wrap, a live interview with one of the Jets, expanded highlights of the game you just saw with the 49ers, and we'll preview tomorrow night's Giants game as well.
This NFL Sports Wrap, a presentation of Channel 2 Sports, is sponsored in part by